Today I want to talk about variation. In algebra, we talk about variation because we want to figure out how two or more variables relate to each other. The words you want to look out for when you see variation problems are directly, indirectly, jointly, combined, and usually in lesser cases, partial variation. So what does this mean exactly? With the word directly, it means that one variable proportionally changes with another variable. We can say it changes by a constant multiple. An example would be the amount of money you make. The more hours you work, the more money you make. So I could say that Y, which is the amount of money I make, is proportional to H, the number of hours I work. So if I work 1 hour, I make $10. If I work 2 hours, I make $20, 3 hours, $30, and so on and so forth. When there's an indirect relationship, or you see the word indirectly, it is where one variable increases and the other decreases. You may also see the term inversely. Indirectly and inversely can be interchangeably used. And an example would be, the more people I share my food with, the less each one is going to have. So we can write it as Y equals K over X. Jointly is where two or more variables are directly related. A good example will be when we talk about area. Thus the area A varies by a factor K with its length and its width. So we have two variables that directly affect the area. The longer the length and the width, the larger the area. If one of the variables increase, your area still increases. A combined variation involves a combination of both a direct or joint variation and an inverse variation. An example of combined variation would be, say, the amount of fuel you use would vary according to the speed of your vehicle and the distance you travel. So the faster you drive and or the longer you drive, the less fuel you have. A generic equation would look something like Y equals KWZ over X. So you have your joint variation as well as your inverse variation in your formula. A partial variation is where two variables are related by a formula. An example would be, say, your monthly cell phone bill. If you have a fixed monthly rate as well as a variable use rate, then that's a partial variation. Regardless of whether you use your cell phone or not, you'll still be charged that fixed monthly rate, and then the more you use your phone, the higher your cost is going to be. So your equation may look something like Y, which is your cost, equals K1X plus K2. So let's try writing some equations when you're given a word problem. If Y varies directly with the square of X, we can write the equation as Y equals K, which is our constant of proportionality, X squared. If Y varies directly with the cube of N, the equation can be written as Y equals KN cubed. If X varies directly with double B, we can say that X equals K of 2, without K being the constant of proportionality. If Z varies jointly with X and Y, we can write it as Z equals KXY. If R varies indirectly with B, that means that B is going to be in the denominator, we can write it as R equals K over B. If A varies indirectly with the cube of B, A equals K over cube, because an indirect proportion. If Y varies directly with X and indirectly with B, we can say that Y equals K, now X is in the numerator because it's a direct relationship, over, as B is indirectly proportional. If Y varies indirectly with twice the square of Z and jointly with A and B, that means A and B are in the numerator. So we can say that Y equals K A B over twice the square of Z. So we have to say it's 2Z squared. In my next videos, I'll show you how we apply the equations once we set them up. If you liked this video, please be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell buttons for notifications. If you have any questions, comments, or like to see a specific topic, please leave a comment below. I offer online tutoring services as well as worksheets with full answer keys available for sale. Links below. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you found this session helpful.